Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Shadow and Sun Show. Today we are going to be showing off some things that were painted, things that I definitely painted as well, because I definitely painted so many of these things. What?
Nothing. Just, just go ahead. Finish.
No.
Okay, folks. This is the first box of stretch goals from the Dungeons and Lasers Kickstarter, the Encounters Kickstarter. Now, this is the box of regular stretch goals. There's two more boxes, and those are like the extra large special stretch goals that not everybody actually got, depending on your order. But this box has 75 bits in it, so we're going to try and get through them as quick as we can. There's a couple of pieces on this box that don't actually come in this box. That being the Highlander huts, the tower, the dwarven entrance. I think that's this piece right here. No, it's not even on the box. But there's a couple of big pieces that actually come in the next boxes. And we'll be showing those off later in the week. Or actually next week because I'm still assembling them. But this was a lot of fun. None of the super hard, challenging pieces like we talked about last time. But why don't we start with the harpies?
These are stretch goals?
Those, yeah. These were probably the hardest things to put together out of this box.
Really?
I'm not going to lie. Yeah, they had a lot of spindly little pieces, and I wanted to make sure I didn't mess them up. But, typical harpies, definitely get some use out of them. I didn't have harpies. Now I've got 3. And
should we stop being
weirdo?
Yeah.
How about we do all the little spidery things right here?
Okay.
There's a whole bunch of little terrain bits. This is a little group of spiders. It's really
all of this? Like everything on the table?
No. Just some spider, eggs. That's not part of them. It's kind of a silly piece. I don't know why they did that. Here's a guy trapped in spider webs. Just a little, window dressing for your spider encounter
stuff.
Now, here's 2 pieces that I want to go over. They're tiny. This one's like a little fossils embedded in the ground.
Oh, that reminds me of something.
I don't know why. I mean, they're really better to be used as something you'd glue to a diorama or a miniature base. This is just a rotted tree stump. Just little things that they're so fiddly and tiny. They might as well be glued down to something bigger permanently. And I did do that using the bases on some of the pieces. Why don't you give me all the fence the signs and stuff over here? These ones.
These ones?
Yeah. All these little pieces are a perfect example of what I'm talking about. They didn't, I mounted them to bases. They're, road markers and roadside signs. And one that's embedded in a tree. There's also this little, crucifixed dude. But on their own, they would have just blown over. So you definitely want to mount them to bases. But nice little dressings for, your on your way into town, on your way out of town, let people know what kind of town it is. What do you want to pick next? Plants? Wendigo?
No.
Oh.
Plants.
Okay, now everything I've painted so far, I've used Army Painter speed paints. These came out, this is just one color of green, one little purplish pink, and that's all I did was give it a coat of speed paint, and I could call them done. But I'm going to do a little dry brushing and edge highlighting, but it's really not necessary. It's a perfect example of how good the speed paints are. Let's keep bringing the paints. And this one's for our friend Breeze. It looks like something that you're pretty fond of. Just leaving that there. Keep bringing the plants out.
All right.
This one you might find near Krusty the Krab's home. I just had to. I mean, it looks like a baby pineapple tree or something. Keep them coming. But there's quite a bit. I don't know what it is. I just assumed it's some sort of fungus thing. It's just a weird looking plant, for your underground mushroomy encounters. Speaking of mushrooms,
Here are all the mushrooms.
There's quite a bit of them. I didn't get to this one yet because I was
lazy.
running out. No, I was running out of
Wait,
color
thanks.
combos. I didn't want to do pink and white, or pink and green, or green and purple. But they're all pretty neat. I really like this one. It turned out really. I'm keeping the white on this one. But you got to be careful because I found out that the speed paints are highly reactivated. You touch a speed paint with a speed paint, and the undercoat of speed paint will turn back into liquid, which is really kind of a drag.
No, not mine.
Okay.
Not yet.
Some thorny vines for your druids out there. Sort of a dead willow-looking tree, kind of, sad. But all of them will get a lot of use. Now he wants to bring out this weird Venus flytrap-looking thing. It's got the mouths on it, and again, killer plants.
Always cool.
This one, another, Audrey 2 kind of plant, some sort of, man-eating plant. Can't have enough of those. What do you want to bring out next?
Snake, or whatever these are.
They're vipers. So, whenever you got that pit full of snakes, you got a couple of piles of snakes. They're kind of cool. Definitely get a lot of use out of these, too, Some of the stuff is, one-time use only. What are you going to bring up? The giant ants. There's 2 giant ants. I wish there were a lot more of these.
I'm a pretty big fan of ants.
They were pretty fiddly and not easy to put together, but, had they put more in, I wouldn't have complained a bit. Mm-hmm. It's, something that you definitely need more than 2 of. Here we got the crab family to go along with the might as well put this in there. This is our version of the crustacean monster. This one I really like.
It's the crabs family.
Right. This one was a lot of fun. I can't wait to get this one painted up for that underwater encounter or some sort of beach encounter and a couple of little crabs. They're still giant. I mean, compared to one of their miniatures, the Inquisitor. That's a battle. That's not gonna go over easy for the party. What else we got?
We got Frogman.
Can't have enough frogmen. Unfortunately, we only got one.
Yes.
And the Wendigo, it's actually a nice version of Wendigo. We now have a couple Wendigo, so go figure. I don't know what the heck this is. This abomination is just all kinds of wrong. Some sort of flesh golem abomination monster. I'm not even sure what color to paint him yet. I don't want to just make him all, skin colors, but I kind of want to make him like lavender or pink or something just to really accentuate the creepiness of him.
One of the coolest things we've seen in a long time.
Not
this.
Oh, this is some sort of beastman shaman. I have no idea what this is. It's just a pile of...
It's a cool piece of scenery.
Yeah, it's just, maybe the entrance to a goblin lair or something, with a vulture on top, but it's kind of a weird piece of terrain. The Beastman, he's pretty cool. But again, I wish I had more. I mean, I do have more, but he'll make for a good leader. Here you got,
dog.
Cerberus.
Speaking of the dog.
I guess he knew what was coming. But a nice, 3-headed Cerberus. I'm not sure whether I want to give him a red speed paint and make him look more hellish, or if I want to try to go with different dog breeds, try to make him look like a hybrid, some sort of, mad scientist dog project.
And the dog goes running off.
Let's keep him coming. Want to go with the ogre?
Yes.
Another nice ogre miniature.
You should have painted him green.
Yeah, I knew you were going to say that, but I wanted him to match all the other ogres that we have. I was thinking about, because we were actually talking about Shrek on Bloodworth's game this evening.
Of course you were.
And I was like, should I do it green just for the little guy? I'm like, no, I'm not going to do it green.
I don't even know which one to do.
We'll do the lean-to. It's in your hand.
I'll do these two.
Okay, there's a whole bunch of critters. You've got some sort of bird lady. She's literally got a bunch of birds on her. Cringe. And a really nice druid.
Also cringe.
Then you've got a mermaid.
Kind of cringe.
And then you've got kind of like an evil sea hag looking mermaid.
Very cringe.
And I guess another frogman.
Very epic.
Over here we got a frogman with a a sling. That's cool. I got a couple of frogmen to go with the other frogmen that I have, but not quite a slod. But and I'm not sure what this is. This is some sort of evil female monstrosity, but it's kind of cool. If I come up with a really good color scheme, it'll really bring it out. This one's called the Lady of the Lake, which is a nice little piece, but
Pretty cool.
you're only going to get like one use out of it. Maybe a couple in a little bit of a King Arthur campaign, but it's kind of a cool little piece.
Got some sticks.
Lean to.
Pretty cool.
Definitely, something to show your when you're building up your party camp for an encounter. You got this. It's cool. The back detail with the leaves and stuff like that is very nice, but because of the legs that hold it up, you definitely want to probably mount this to a piece of card or a base just to make sure that it doesn't get destroyed easily. Moving on.
We got this thing, this also thing, this straw thing, this engine thing.
Well, slow down. We've got a yurt or a hut, for your barbarians. Then we've got a jousting style tent with a lot of nice detail on it.
Pretty
But
cool.
unfortunately, I'm going to want to leave the tent white. So this is going to be a toughie. I probably should have painted it like red and then did the paneling white on top of it. But, trying to dry brush or do the details in a bright color, it's going to spill over the edges. It's not going to be an easy paint job. Definitely something I'm going to have to work on. This sort of stone monument to the knight piece from chess. Kind of cool. And the totem pole, which we actually made a couple of totem poles last year. But it's pretty nice. It's got detail.
These are better totem pole.
Oh, clearly. But, if you're, it'll go along with your wigwam there. Moving along.
We got this thing, which was very cool when I saw it. This
Yes.
may or may not be in my top 5 favorite pieces.
No,
Yeah.
it's definitely cool if you got a little, pit entrance here, for a mine or something. It'll definitely go well with our Shadows of Brimstone pieces.
Yeah.
It's got a very Wild West feel to it. And then, giant snake wrapped around a broken pillar. Kind of cool. Mm-hmm. Definitely used that one a lot, many, many times. I have no idea what the heck that is.
It reminds me of something. I just don't know what.
Some sort of, ancient aliens, Olmec head looking kind of thing. I'm not really sure what this is, but it's a cool little
afro. You got one of those, right?
No, but it's got a little tiny little bunny on top, so that makes it kind of cute. Did you notice that? Yeah, it's a little bunny. It's
Yeah, I noticed that. It has a beard.
Yeah, what the hell, right? It'll go with your ruins. It's definitely a good piece to put with the land of the giants. Here you got a little
Joey.
block of stone with some sort of weird monster crouching on top of it, kind of like a gargoyle without the wings. Kind of cool. Then some more of these stone pieces. Bring up the blue one too, because we're just about done here. But I love all these pieces.
All this one needs is a top hat and it's complete.
And this one's actually hovering using the vines to facilitate the hovering. Sort of. Kind of almost reminds me of something from.
No Man's Sky?
Exactly.
Yep, that's the first thing I.
It's kind of a cool piece, and I wish I had like 4 of them, so I could put them around something. But
how many do you have? Only one?
Yeah. Well, I've got another set of the stretch goals, but I'm giving those away.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. And then here's another floating sort of monument of some sort that's so old that it's getting moss and vines on it, and again the vines are holding it up. But it's kind of cool. I definitely like it. And then this one, this is probably my favorite piece. It's just some sort of weird suspended, biblical tablet with runes on it, and I'm going to try and give it some, source lighting effects and that sort of thing. And then, not last but not least, because we also have the rowboat.
Oh, it's the rowboat. This is the best one.
That's your favorite?
Yep.
Yeah, it's a nice little rowboat. It's actually better than the Reaper rowboat. It's one solid piece, easy.
Can you fit guys in it though?
Absolutely.
Give me that.
You can probably fit 2 people in there, and there you go.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely very cool. And then this last, obelisk, very cool. I'm sure it probably actually says something on it in, ancient Egyptian hieroglyphics. I didn't try to decipher it or anything, but definitely cool.
If any of you guys are from Egypt and you know what this says, please tell me in the comments below. Do you remember that video?
Yeah. Now on to the clear plastic pieces. There's a whole bunch of them this year. This is just some sort of
something up.
sort of an elven stained glass window from the description of being raised up out of the swamp by some weird pieces. It's probably not going to get a lot of use. The stained glass window, honestly, if I had like a dozen of those, I'd build a building around it because it's just so cool.
Kind of don't like how it's tilted.
Yeah.
So noticeably.
But this one, the coolest thing about this one is that it's hollow. So you know what that means, right, folks?
You know exactly what that means.
We're gonna light this one up with a tea light. I'm not sure if color change or just a solid color.
I don't like color changing stuff.
Okay, so maybe the green ones.
I mean, if you have a white or a blue one, that'd be the best.
Okay, but we're just gonna mount this on a tea light, and it'll light up, and give a cool special effect. But that's what you get, and this box set will be available in the next Kickstarter, and probably even on the online store. All 75 pieces. From what I gather, it's going to go for 69 euros for the whole box, and trust me, that's kind of a steal for 75 pieces. Oh, we forgot the last little clear pieces. This is a fountain, and I don't know what the heck this is, but it's cool looking, right? It's just some cool clear plastic, ghostly, apparition of a sundial or something, that would look really cool sticking up out of a swamp or, coming up out of the ground, kind of like the war wheel, a ghost of a war wheel. But not bad for 69 euros. And, the new Kickstarter will be kicking off April 4th. And you'll have another chance at them, I do believe, if you buy into the Kickstarter. You can get these as an add-on or something like that. We'll have to wait until then to see.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, I'm really jazzed with everything here. Far more things that I will use over and over again than the few one-time uses for pieces, in a campaign. You can obviously reuse them in another campaign. But for the most part, pretty cool. Anything you're really looking forward to finishing painting or?
Bugs.
Bugs? What about the crab? You don't want to do the crab?
I do want to do the crab.
I had a feeling you'd want to do the crab. Like this color, you think?
9.
No?
9.
Really? You got another color in mind?
Yeah.
What color? He's suddenly gone...
I don't know how to say that word in German.
Oh, monosyllabic at the last minute of the show. But there you have it, folks. I just wanted to show this stuff off. Archon did a video today, and I've been working on this for, about a week, and wanted to show it off, let you guys know what you could be, picking up. And for those of you who have already picked them up, congrats. I hope you enjoy them as much as we did. And are we going to do the big guy this week? Thursday?
Perhaps.
Okay. Well, stay tuned, because we might just be building the really big model from this Kickstarter on Thursday instead of a regular craft, but we'll have to, burn that bridge when we get to it, right?
Mm-hmm. Wait. I don't think that's the same.
Yeah, I know. So, from all of us here at the Shadow and Sun Show, including Mr. Fuzzball, we hope you guys have a wonderful evening. Thanks for stopping by, and
good night.
bye, everybody.